सुरू करा मॅडम.
A warm good morning in today's August gathering. I, Dr. Meenakshi Vasnik, on behalf of Imprint, the 7 days online personality development program under value-added courses, I heartily welcome our today's chief guest, Honorable Dr. Pranoti Chakravarti Madam, our guest of honor, Dr. Urmila Dabir Madam, the organizers and the coordinators of this program, and our respected teachers, dear students, research scholars, and all dear participants. Friends, you are searching for the community united by its love of learning and grooming your persona. It's time for you to join us at Imprint, the mission to dream, believe, and achieve. The objective of this personality development certificate course is to shape the inner and outer being in person with organized pattern of behavior that makes the person distinctive. With this vision, Click, the Center of Literary Interaction and Creativity, in collaboration with RAJKUMAR KEWALRAMANI KANYA Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, MANOHARRAO KAMDI Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, DAYANAND ARYA Kanya Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, and ANJUMAN Girls Degree College of Arts Nagpur presents 7 days online personality development program under value-added courses. For the inaugural ceremony, it is proud privilege to have with us our today's chief guest, Honorable Dr. Pranoti Chakravarti Madam, President of CLIC and Shakespearean Society of Central India. I welcome you, ma'am, in today's program. I heartily welcome our today's guest of honor, Dr. Urmila Dabir Madam, ex-Board of Studies, RTMNU, and Principal, RAJKUMAR KEWALRAMANI Kanya Mahavidyalaya Nagpur. I welcome you, ma'am, in this August gathering. I also feel immense pleasure to welcome Dr. Usha Sakure Madam, Principal, Manoharrao Kamdi Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, Dr. Shraddha Anil Kumar, Principal, Dayanand Arya Kanya Mahavidyalaya Nagpur, and Dr. Anjum Ara, Principal, Anjuman Girls Degree College of Arts, Nagpur. Usha Madam, can you give your opening remarks, or can we go for Pranati Ma'am's speech? Hello?
Okay, can you hear me?
Yes. May I request the organizer of the program, Dr. Usha Sakura Madam, to give the opening remarks to begin with the program. Dr. Usha Sakura Madam.
Good morning, everyone. And it is my pleasure to join here in today's program of personality development, Imprint. And this is again our next venture that we have come up with. And as we all know, how important personality development is in our lives. And all the students here who are here would understand how it transforms us into a confident and responsible and competent individual. So during this course, we learn various techniques and skills and strategies that help us to improve our personal and professional lives. As we all know, our personality is a crucial aspect of our being, and it shapes the way we interact with the world around us, and how it affects our personality is perceived also by others. And a well-developed personality can open innumerable doors of opportunities, helping us to achieve our goals and ambitions. Through this course, in previous years, we have learned valuable insights into effective communication, self-confidence, time management, and many other essential elements that contribute to an effective personality. We now possess a diverse toolkit that can help us navigate towards different situations, works on our weaknesses, and leverages our strengths also. However, the journey of personality development is always a continuous process. We cannot stop somewhere. We must put in lots of effort to improve ourselves, and the challenges are there. We have to overcome all these, and we have to strive towards becoming the best version of ourselves. So this time again we are here with the next version of Imprint, and I believe next year we would be having this 30 hours personality development credit based course that is going to be approved by Nagpur University Board of Studies. Our proposal is already there, and they are working on it, and I hope in July we'll be coming back again with this grand success of credit-based NEP 2020 course that we are going to implement next time. So I conclude my remarks over here. Over to Meenakshi ma'am.
Thank you very much, madam, for your inspirational words and valuable inputs. You're always being a source of inspiration to us, madam. I find immense pleasure in introducing our honorable chief guest, Dr. Pranoti Chakravarti, madam, who is a president of CLIC and Shakespearean Society of Central India, a renowned personality awarded with Sahitya Samman Award by Shakespearean Society of Central India in the year 2005. She is also the founder member of PRO Academy of Bangla Art and Culture and is a life member of Bengali Association and Secretary Gherao Mahila Samiti Nagpur. I request Dr. Pranoti Madam to please enlighten our audience with your precious word as we begin with the event. Dr. Pranoti Chakravarti Ma'am.
Thank you, Meenakshi. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. You are clearly audible.
Okay. I welcome you all to this 7-day mega online event being hosted by 4 eminent colleges of Nagpur and CLIC here today, along with Imprint. Today is the 15th of May 2003, and I think this is the 7th or 8th personality development program that has been hosted so far. I also would like to say a few words about CLIC. CLIC has been working relentlessly without fanfare for the development of students of this region. Our eminent patrons, like all the university vice chancellors, right from the beginning, we had Dr. Satputle and many vice chancellors after him. Then our other patrons, ex-mayor Atal Bahadur Singh, Dr. R.N. Roy, Honorable Sri Banwarilal Purohit, Sardar Khushwant Singh, have given us the support to initially start this August association that was, dear friends, started in August, then last week of August, 30 years back. On behalf of the Center for Literary Interaction and all the 4 colleges hosting this skill development program for students, I have the proud privilege to speak to you all today. This is indeed an online program, and it is possible for students to join this program from home. Secondly, this 7-day program is just for 1 hour only, short and sweet. So it's like attending 1 college period. Thirdly, it is a certificate course, and that is beneficial to the participants also because they will have something to carry back. CLIC has been working tirelessly in this direction for the last 3 decades. That is for the welfare of students of Vidarbha. We have brought you the best guidance from the best faculties from our Nagpur region. These resource persons will speak to you on various topics, beginning with the topic of leadership by Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, and other eminent speakers will follow. This value-added course is also backed by a certificate that the attendees will get after completion of the course. I also take this opportunity to thank our secretary, Principal Usha Sakure, who has been pursuing this goal that can be summed up with the words, I quote, best for all, no rest till we make the grade excellence our goal. She is a person who has been working relentlessly for this. She is a fighter and knows, as you can see again today, they were faced with electricity problems, but she's always there to overcome all the obstacles. We also have persons like Dipti, who have always stood by us, and many other members who are also silently working from the background. Then Dr. Urmila Dabir is also another pillar of CLIC. She has been associated with CLIC from over the years and helped us in its flowering. We had organized teachers' development courses in English, and she had then managed all the hard work she had put in, and it was a grand success. Welcome, Dr. Urmila Dabir. We are very proud of you for all your achievements in the university. I welcome her, and she will speak a few words to you too in this program. Then, for students, I say, dear students, take notes on what the faculties apprise you of. It will come in useful in case you forget. We wish you to be ready for job interviews, and you will get guidance on every aspect related to topics like resume writing, etc., interview procedures. And over the years, we have helped many students in this regard. I think I will not take up much time because there are many others waiting, and I will conclude by telling students that they are our goal and their welfare we will always keep in mind and work for them as we have been doing. I conclude mine and I go back to Meenakshi. Okay, thank you so much for being patient here.
Thank you very much, madam, for your words of wisdom. Your inspirational speech has created an enthusiasm in our participants. So today's session of day 1 begin with a very stalwartly personality, Dr. Sujata Chakravarti. I feel immense pleasure to introduce to you to today's resource person. Dr. Chakravarti is an associate professor and head department of English, Dayanand ARYA MAHAVIDYALAYA, Jaripatka, Nagpur. She has been a resource person in refresher courses in Rashtrasanta Tukraji Maharaj Nagpur University, Nagpur. She has several publications and presentations in national and international journals and conferences. Madam has visited countries like Singapore on UGC recommended travel grant. She has organized 2 national level conferences in English as a convener, organizing secretary, and helped significantly in several other sectors. Madam is also a research guide to the students of RTMNU. She has completed one minor research project sponsored by UGC. Madam is an editor of Literary Voices, a UGC-approved annual referred journal. She plays a pivotal role as an IQAC coordinator and NAG coordinator of her college. Today, Madam will deliver her presentation on the topic Leadership and Problem-Solving Skills. May I now invite Dr. Chakravarti Madam to give a valuable guidance to our participants with her spectacular presentation. Dr. Chakravarti Madam.
Thank you, Meenakshi, for those generous words. And at the outset, let me thank the organizers, the 4 colleges, and click under the aegis of which body this program is being conducted, and the principals of the four colleges for having come together for this wonderful venture. And last but not the least, our students who have joined in. And for the students, this is vacation time, of course, and many of you do not know how to spend your vacations in a valuable manner. So this course comes in as a value-added course, which you can take up from the precincts of your homes and improve your skills. Today, my topic is leadership and problem solving. Let me share my screen first. Is my screen visible, Meenakshi madam?
Yes, madam, it is visible.
Yes. So this is my topic today, leadership and problem-solving skills. Now, students, this might look like two topics, two concepts, but are they really different or are they connected, interconnected? Let us proceed and see what is leadership and how does one evolve those problem-solving skills. Leadership is not about a title or a designation. It is about impact, influence, and inspiration. This quote is by none other than the celebrated author Robin S. Sharma, the Canadian author who is famous for his bestseller, The Monk Who Sold His Ferrari, and has a series of leadership books authored by him. What does he say here? That it is not about a title or a designation. It's about the impact one makes, the influence one has on others, and the inspiration one gives to others. Now, what do we understand by a leader and what is leadership? Is a leader somebody who just has to just be physically present and all others, whoever considers him or her as a leader, should stand up in ovation and should acknowledge the leader's presence and listen to whatever he or she says? Is it about the looks that the leader has in command? Is it about the six-pack abs? Is it about the 6 feet and plus height that the person might have? Or is it like a booming voice? A person might not have any of these attributes, the physical attributes, yet can become a leader, can have leadership qualities. Let us see how. If you do not have the physical attributes already, that is God gifted, that comes as a plus point. But without these physical attributes also, a person can work behind the scenes, not be seen, and yet have those leadership qualities, I say, which command respect. What is leadership? Another quote by William Arthur Wood: leadership is based on inspiration, not domination, on cooperation, not intimidation. Now, inspiration, that you inspire people. People listen to your words and your deeds and are inspired by your actions, inspired by your words, and start acting that way. It cannot be by domination. You can have domination. You can try and dominate others physically or verbally, by your presence, maybe by your official presence or your physical presence. But can you always keep on leading people by domination? No, it is not possible that way. Leadership is based on cooperation, not intimidation. You have to come a step forward to the masses so that the masses also start following you. You have to lead by example. You cannot intimidate. Intimidate means make them fearful. That is, you are overbearing and they are intimidated by your presence. The challenge of leadership. The challenge of leadership is to be strong, but not rude. Be kind, but not weak. Be bold, but not a bully. Be thoughtful, but not lazy. Be humble, but not timid. Be proud, but not arrogant. Have humor, but without folly. This is by Jim Rohn, who was an American entrepreneur, author, and motivational speaker. Now, if a person has to be a leader, there are certain challenges that he or she has to overcome, or he or she must overcome and become for the masses to follow. What are they? that the leader has to be essentially strong. Strong, not physically, but in character. Cannot be rude. The leader can never be rude, should not be rude. He should be kind, but not weak. If somebody is kind, do not take that kindness as weakness. It is easy to be rude, mind you, students, easy to be rude, but not easy to be kind. One must be bold, but not a bully. What is being bold? Being bold is to be able to stand up for your rights. Even though you know that you are up against odds, if you know that you are against maybe somebody who is senior, maybe you have to stand, and at that time it might seem that you are being arrogant. You are not being respectful. But being respectful, you can even stand up to your seniors and put across your points. That is being bold. You cannot be a bully. One has to be thoughtful, but not lazy. Thoughtful in actions. Thoughtful does not mean that you are thinking and procrastinating. Thoughtful is whatever your actions are, whatever your words are, you're putting in a lot of efforts behind those thoughts so that your actions speak of your well thought of ideas. One must be humble, but not timid. Timidity is being scared, is being a weakness. Timidity is being a weakness in character. Does not being. One must be humble. One must be proud, but not arrogant. What is being proud? Proud is you must be proud of your achievements. But being proud, does it mean that you will have to be arrogant? No. Have humor, but without folly. That is, have the humor to laugh at yourself, at situations, but without malice at others. Do not laugh at others. Do not laugh at others' weaknesses. Who could be a leader? Now, who could be a leader? There can be any number of options to this. There can be political leaders, there can be spiritual leaders, there can be religious ones, students, terrorists, and so on. There are student leaders. How? Mostly people you see in the Indian political scenario today have been student leaders in their heydays, in their college days, or in their, even before that. People are not born leaders. They can be, very few are born leaders, others make themselves that way. They cultivate those qualities. You have got spiritual leaders who take you on the path of spiritualism. There are terrorists also. Terrorists are also counted as leaders, aren't they? Terrorists lead masses on a path of destruction. Even they command respect. What kind of respect? Respect by intimidation, respect by bullying people, respect by being arrogant, all the wrong kinds of qualities. These are the qualities I talked about in short. Let us look at them. It is humility, the first one, often found in the most effective leaders, including Pope John Paul II and Abraham Lincoln. They're very humble people. Integrity. Leaders in different industries and cultures can have difference of opinion, but integrity is the bedrock characteristic of trade dealing. If you lose your integrity, you lose everything. Integrity, sincerity. If your character is not strong, if you say something now and if you mean something else later on, आज कुछ बोलते हो और उसको stand up नहीं करते उसके लिए, उसको बदल देते हैं बाद में फिर, then people will not trust you. लोग आपको विश्वास करना छोड़ देंगे, आपकी leadership qualities पे विश्वास करना छोड़ देंगे. Decisiveness, a leader's ability to step up and make decisions, even if it's deciding only when a consensus has been reached and it's time to act. A leader should be ready to stand up, step up, and take decisions for the people who are looking up to him or her. Take risks. Leaders have the courage to act in situations where results are unassured. They are willing to risk failure. It is not necessary that a person will always be successful. It is not necessary. Success and failure are two sides of the same coin. You have to take the plunge, you have to take the step forward, irrespective of the result. Sometimes a person knows in the heart of hearts that, yes, I have to tread on this path, but success is not guaranteed. The chances of success, the probability of success may be just 10%. a feeble 10%, even then, if that is the only straight path left, a leader will take a risk and lead his people on that narrow path. And that makes a leader, because the leader leads by the front and goes on the narrow roads, the dangerous paths, knowing that he does not know what lies ahead of him. Yet, if he does that, takes a risk, then people believe him or her. Emotional resonance. This is the ability to grasp what motivates others and use it to inspire them into action. Emotionally also, one must connect with the masses, with the people one is leading. Build teams. Leaders create productive teams that draw the best from people. They effectively coach teams in collaboration, coaching, consensus building, and conflict resolution. Leaders create teams. Leaders सिर्फ अपने आप काम नहीं करते. Leaders तब होते हैं जो किसी टीम को लीड करे, किसी स्टेट को लीड करे, किसी नेशन को लीड करे, या कोई धर्म के लोगों को किसी धर्म के पथ पर लेके जाए. So they create teams. They draw the best from people. अगर leaders कुछ बोलते हैं वो करके दिखाएंगे. उनको देखा देखी जिनको वो लीड कर रहे हैं, जिनको वो इंस्पायर कर रहे हैं, वो भी उनको फॉलो करेंगे और लीडर के आसपास एक बढ़िया टीम बन जाएगी, प्रोडक्टिव टीम बन जाएगी. They effectively coach teams in collaboration, coaching, consensus building, and conflict resolution. Conflict resolution, that is problem solving. Problems तो आएंगे ही, उनको सॉल्व कैसे किया जाए तो वो लीडर्स करके बताएंगे. Self-knowledge. This valuable trait will protect you from overreaching. Self-knowledge, खुद को knowledge चाहिए. अगर आप कुछ बोल रहे हो, उसको अच्छी तरह से जानो, समझो, उसके बाद जाके उसके बारे में बात करो, so that you can answer questions. You have the capacity to take care of any problems that are arising. Passion. Fortunately, this trait is prized and encouraged widely. If you are passionate about something, that's where you will lead. Passion मतलब एक जज्बा. Any emotion that is carried to the last limit is passion. A person can be passionate about reading, passionate about swimming, passionate about singing, passionate about trekking. मतलब कोई emotion, कोई आपकी इच्छा जो आप बहुत ज़्यादा follow करते हो. अगर आपके अंदर वो जज्बा है तो वो जज्बा बहुत ज़रूरी है. आज लीडरशिप करके देख लेता हूँ, जाके खड़ा होकर देख लेता हूँ क्लास के सामने, लोग मान लेंगे, मेरे साथ चल देंगे तो ठीक है, तो कल फिर सबके साथ जाके बैठ जाऊंगा. ऐसा नहीं होता, लोग हंसेंगे. पहले अपने आप को डेवलप करो, देखो, कैन यू डू इट? डू यू हैव द गट्स? डू यू हैव द करेज इट रिक्वायर्स टू स्टैंड अप देयर, स्टेप अप in the front, turn around and face others, and then lead them. Say, come, I'm ready to go on this path and I'm ready to take you all forward. अगर वो passion आपका दिखे लोगों को, तो आप लोगों को easily lead कर पाएंगे. Conviction, that is a belief. All leaders intrinsically believe in whatever they're doing. जो हम कर रहे हैं उसके अंदर एक दृढ़ विश्वास, conviction चाहिए. Do you believe in what you're saying? If you do, then yes, you have people eating out of your hands. आप जो कहेंगे लोग मानेंगे. Dedication. Dedication means spending whatever time and energy on a task is required to get the job done, rather than giving it whatever time you have available. Dedication चाहिए, निष्ठा चाहिए. जितना भी समय, जितना भी काम चाहिए, जितना भी एनर्जी चाहिए कोई काम को करने में, वो सब देने को आप तैयार हो क्या? ऐसा नहीं कि जो बच जाए मेरे पास, जो समय बच जाए, जो एनर्जी बच जाए दिन के आखिरी में, तो वो मैं दे दूंगी. उससे कुछ काम होता नहीं है. कोई भी काम को अगर फ्रॉम द फ्रंट लेके करना है तो उसमें टोटल डेडिकेशन, टोटल निष्ठा हमको चाहिए. मैग्नानिमिटी. अ मैग्नानिमस पर्सन means a very generous person, gracious, gives credit where it is due. It also means being gracious in defeat and allowing others to retain their dignity. अगर किसी से कोई गलती हुई तो आगे चल के बोलो कि हाँ गलती हुई. गलती मानने की भी क्षमता चाहिए. किसी को बोलना भी आना चाहिए कि हाँ मुझसे गलती हुई, आई एम सॉरी फॉर दैट. लीडर को अगर वो गलती मान लेता है या मान लेती है तो वो कुछ बड़ी बात नहीं. इट शुड बी डन. दैट इज ऑल्सो अ इंट्रिंसिक क्वालिटी अबाउट अ लीडर. ओपननेस चाहिए. Openness means being able to listen to ideas that are outside one's current mental models, being able to suspend judgment until after one has heard someone else's ideas. हर काम में openness मतलब you are free, you are ready to accept new ideas that are coming in. जो भी ideas आप सुनते हैं, new ideas, उसको सुनने की क्षमता रखो. ऐसा नहीं कि क्लोज माइंड रख दे कि जैसे घोड़ा चलता है रास्ते पे, आपने देखा है दोनों तरफ से आंखें बंद रहती हैं उसकी, घोड़े की. The horse cannot see. It is the horse not allowed to see. If the horse is allowed to see, the horse will stop running on the road. It will get terrified. But a human being, a leader, has to be open to all ideas coming from all sides, grasp everything, and not be judgmental. आजकल ये वर्ड बहुत चल रहा है, जजमेंटल हो. That is, you are passing comments, passing judgments. You are quick to judge others. So a leader should not be judgmental, should not be quick to judge others. Rather, decide, see, and then analyze, and then have an opinion about it. Now, these are 4 leadership styles: autocratic, bureaucratic, laissez-faire, and democratic. Let us see what they mean. The autocratic leadership style, it is the classical approach. Here you have a manager who retains as much power and decision-making authority as possible. एक व्यक्ति command में, managerial role में, and जितना हो सके पूरा power. Look at the figure here. The person says, I am in control. I am in control. मतलब मेरे पास controls रहेंगे, जितना मैं चाहूँ उतना मैं लोगों को करने दूंगा. Does not consult the staff, nor allowed to give any input. ना staff को वो consult करता है, ना पूछता है, ना staff को freedom है कि वो अपने inputs दे. Staff is expected to obey orders without receiving any explanations. बस कह दिया तो कह दिया, उतना ही करो जितना बोला जाए. You are not asked for your opinions. आपसे पूछा क्या? No. आप होते कौन हो बोलने वाले? This is how the autocratic leadership functions. Structured set of rewards and punishments. बिल्कुल structured set. अगर ऐसा करोगे तो ऐसा मिलेगा, ये करोगे तो reward मिलेगा, वो करोगे तो punishment मिलेगा. ये है autocratic leadership का style. Then we have the bureaucratic leadership style. How does this function? In this, the bureaucratic leader manages by the book, everything done according to procedure or policy. If not covered by the book, refer to the next level above. Excuse me. A bureaucratic leader manages by the book means has things written down, उनके पास set rules हैं और हर कुछ उस rules के हिसाब से चलेगा. अगर उस रूल बुक में कोई प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने का तरीका नहीं बताया तो नेक्स्ट लेवल में रेफर कर देगा, हायर अप को पूछो. जैसे कि एक पुलिस ऑफिसर, अ पुलिस ऑफिसर कैन नॉट बी अ लीडर, ही एनफोर्सेस द रूल्स. ठीक है, तो एनफोर्स करेगा वो, उसके पास और कोई पावर नहीं है, जितना उसको बोला गया है वो उतना ही फॉलो कर रहा है, बाकी कुछ एक्स्ट्रा आ गया तो आगे की तरफ रेफर. द डेमोक्रेटिक लीडरशिप स्टाइल, दिस इज आल्सो नोन एज द पार्टिसिपेटिव स्टाइल, encourages staff to be a part of the decision-making process, keeps the staff informed about everything that affects their work, and shares decision-making and problem-solving responsibilities. So, in the democratic leadership style, how does the leader function? That in the Indian political model, that we are a democratic nation. We have people voting for their leaders. The people have the mandate. It is the people's mandate which brings leaders to the fore, which gives leaders the power. And here we work together. So that is the participative style. All of us participate in the decision-making process. If our nation, if the leader of a nation does something wrong or right, then who is to blame? It is us. Why? Because we have voted the person to power. We have voted the person to power through the other leaders, and they have chosen their leader. So if we do not want somebody, if we do not want to see somebody at the helm, we have the power to remove him or her. If we want somebody there, then we should ensure that that person should become the leader, because we have the power to vote anybody in or out of power. This is the fourth style, laissez-faire leadership style, also known as the hands-off style. Here, this is something very different. In the laissez-faire style, the manager says, I trust you. The leader says, I trust you. So the manager provides little or no direction and gives the staff as much freedom as possible. वो क्या बोलेगा? मैं विश्वास रखता हूँ. I believe in you totally. So आप करो. You do it. I'm happy. All authority or power given to the staff, and they determine goals, make decisions, and resolve problems on their own. तो जैसे लीडर ने बोल दिया, आपको दे दिया सब, आप करो, आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करो, जस्ट गिव मी द रिजल्ट्स। तो प्रॉब्लम आए तो मेरे पास लेके मत आओ, कुछ नतीजा आया तो बता दो बस। सो आपको पावर दे दिया, यू डू इट ऑल। सो हैंड्स ऑफ स्टाइल। लीडर अपने पास बहुत ही कम कुछ रखेगा पावर, बाकी सब दे दिया। नाउ आर यू अ लीडर और अ फॉलोअर? आप क्या हैं? आप लीडर हैं कि फॉलोअर हैं? लेट अस सी क्वालिटीज क्या हैं। व्हेन फेस्ड विद अ डिफिकल्ट प्रॉब्लम, हाउ डू यू रिएक्ट? पहला पॉइंट डिसाइड करेगा कि आप लीडर हैं कि आप फॉलोअर हैं। अगर कोई प्रॉब्लम सामने आए, हाउ डू यू रिएक्ट? How you face problems is one of the critical factors that help determine how successful you will be in life. Problems, when they come to you, when you are in the face of problems, how do you react to the critical situation? Do you participate? Do you lead by the front? Or do you just show your back and run away? Because that is what you have thought is the best thing to do. It is also one of the key qualities of a leader. Leaders solve problems. Followers go to leaders to get their problems solved. अगर leaders problem ना solve कर पाए तो लोग उनके पास जाना छोड़ देंगे। अगर लीडर को देखते हैं कि लीडर के पास जाना बेकार है, करना तो हम ही को है, तो फिर आप लीडर कैसे? आपको लीडर कोई मानेगा क्यों? तो आप क्या हैं? आप लीडर हैं कि आप फॉलोअर हैं? आप लोगों का बोला हुआ मानते हैं कि आप खुद का डिसीजन लेते हैं और आप जहां से चलते हैं, जैसे फेमस लाइन है, जहां हम खड़े हो जाते हैं लाइन वहीं शुरू हो जाती है। दैट काइंड ऑफ अ पर्सन। नाउ with the next the part connected to my presentation today, leadership and problem solving skills. So what is a problem? A problem is an intricate unsettled question. Problem क्या है? जैसे प्रॉब्लम वर्ड तो हम लोग बहुत बोलते रहते हैं, प्रॉब्लम है, प्रॉब्लम है, प्रॉब्लम है। व्हाट इज अ प्रॉब्लम? हाउ डू यू डिफाइन अ प्रॉब्लम? अ प्रॉब्लम इज एन इंट्रिकेट अनसेटल्ड क्वेश्चन when you cannot and do not have the solution, when you cannot solve the question and you do not have the powers or the means to solve a question, that becomes a problem. Difficulty in understanding or accepting. Do you have any difficulty in understanding something or in accepting something? Then it becomes a problem. आप जब कभी बोलते हैं, raise your hands in the class, ma'am, I have a problem, sir, I have a problem. So what is the problem? आपका उनका बोला आपको समझा नहीं कि आपको उनके बोले में accepting करने में problem है. Do you not accept at face value? You want more explanations. A question raised for inquiry, consideration or solution is a problem. कोई भी क्वेश्चन रेज किया जाए फर्दर पूछने के लिए या कंसिडर करने के लिए या उसका सॉल्यूशन मांगते हैं आप, दैट इज अ प्रॉब्लम. A perceived gap between the existing state or a deviation from a norm or standard. So whatever the state is, if there's a gap between the state of facts and the acceptance, then or the procedure, then the gap, जो बीच का gap है, जो भर नहीं रहा है, वो प्रॉब्लम है. वो gap जब भर जाएगा, प्रॉब्लम भी खत्म हो जाएगा. That is this is the kind of activity we could have taken had it been one-to-one. If you come up with an experience where you are faced an interpersonal or intrapersonal conflict in your everyday life, and can you share the approach you took to resolve the issue? So we can do this activity, but time is limited here. So if you can think of here, कोई प्रॉब्लम आया इंटरपर्सनल, लोगों के बीच में, और या खुद ही कॉन्फ्लिक्ट में आप आए एवरीडे लाइफ में, तो कभी वो प्रॉब्लम आया, कॉन्फ्लिक्ट आया, तो आपने किस तरह से उसको रिजॉल्व किया, क्या अप्रोच लिया उसको रिजॉल्व करने के लिए? इन योर वर्क प्लेस, पहले तो अपने लाइफ में, पर्सनल में, या कभी दूसरा एक्टिविटी अपने वर्क प्लेस में लोगों से आपकी बन नहीं रही, लोग जिस तरह से व्यवहार कर रहे हैं, यू कैन नॉट एक्सेप्ट इट, आपको उनसे बन नहीं रही है, तो आपने क्या तरीका अपनाया? तो व्हाट if you do this activity, then you will understand how to resolve it. You can think about it, these two activities. अपने workplace में, this was in your everyday life, the first activity, and this is in your workplace. तो workplace में ये पहले सेकंड एक्टिविटी है और ये है इन द एवरीडे लाइफ. तो ये दोनों आप करके देखिए. इन योर वर्कप्लेस कभी प्रॉब्लम आया, या घर रोजमर्रा की जिंदगी में आपकी डेली लाइफ में कुछ प्रॉब्लम आता है, तो आप उसको बेस्ट किस तरह से हैंडल करते हैं. अगर वो प्रॉब्लम आया है कभी, हर एक के जीवन में कभी ना कभी ऐसी बातें आती हैं. इट इज नॉट, इट कैनॉट बी कि आप कोई कहे उठकर कि मुझे कभी कोई प्रॉब्लम आया ही नहीं है. इट कैनॉट बी सो. प्रॉब्लम्स आते ही हैं, बिकॉज इफ यू हैव टू लिव अ लाइफ, देन you have problems. Because if you live, mind you, I'm saying living a life, not merely existing. Existing is a vegetable kind of thing. Chal raha hai, neeras baithe hain, no expressions, you have no emotions, you are not perturbed, you are, just like you can say Gautam Buddha, in total calmness. कुछ भी आपको इफेक्ट नहीं करता है. तो that is another level of existing. That is a different level altogether. To reach that level will take us many years or many lives to come, to achieve that state where Gautam Buddha was, where nothing could affect him anymore. वो उसमें तो हम लोग कोई है नहीं. तो जो हम लोग प्रॉब्लम्स फेस करते हैं, अगर वो प्रॉब्लम्स आती हैं तो हम लोग किस तरह से उसको रिजॉल्व करते हैं. Third activity, if you can answer these following questions. Do you think that stress is a problem? स्ट्रेस प्रॉब्लम है क्या? स्ट्रेस में सभी लोग रहते हैं. हम हर व्यक्ति बोलता है स्ट्रेस हो रहा है, स्ट्रेस हो रहा है. तो स्ट्रेस प्रॉब्लम है क्या? डू यू थिंक दैट योर बॉस इज द कॉज ऑफ मोस्ट ऑफ योर प्रॉब्लम्स? डू यू थिंक आपके जो बॉस हैं, जिनके लिए आप काम करते हैं, क्या वो आपको प्रॉब्लम्स कॉज कर रहे हैं? वही प्रॉब्लम्स को अंजाम देते हैं? इफ द चेयर एट योर वर्क स्टेशन कॉजेज यू डिस्कम्फर्ट, व्हाट विल यू डू? थर्ड प्रॉब्लम हियर, थर्ड क्वेश्चन हियर. जिस चेयर पे आप बैठे हैं, जहाँ पे आप काम करते हैं, अगर उस चेयर में प्रॉब्लम है, डिस्कम्फर्ट हो रहा है, आपको बैठने से अच्छा नहीं लग रहा, तो आप क्या करेंगे? व्हाट विल यू डू आउट देयर? आप उस चेयर को बदल डालेंगे या कोशिश करेंगे कि उसको एडजस्ट करने के लिए? अगर पॉसिबल है तो हम चेयर को चेंज कर लेंगे. अगर नहीं है तो हम खुद को थोड़ा पोजीशन चेंज करके देखेंगे क्या हो सकता है. If the person sitting beside you is not hygiene conscious, how will you communicate it to him or her in the best possible way? आपके बगल में जो बैठा है व्यक्ति, वो हाइजीन कॉन्शियस नहीं है. हाइजीन कॉन्शियस, normal hygienic habits, just like when a person coughs or a person sneezes in public, छींकना, खांसना public में. तो normally that is what a person is taught from the school days, early evolving days, developing stages of life, that the social norm that when a person sneezes or coughs, one should always cover the nose and mouth with a handkerchief. If not available, then with your hands, with your palm, so that the germs do not spread to the others. लेकिन आप कभी देखें कि आपके बगल का व्यक्ति जो बैठा हुआ है, वो हाइजीन कॉन्शियस नहीं है, लेकिन आपको तकलीफ हो रही है उससे. Then what will you do? How will you communicate it to him or her that this is not the way, the methods you have of behaving are not good? कैसे बोलेंगे? Have you ever felt discriminated against based on your gender? Gender से कभी दिखा है कि आपको डिस्क्रिमिनेट किया गया है कि आप मेल हैं या फीमेल हैं या द अदर जेंडर, द थर्ड जेंडर? कभी ऐसा लगा है कि जेंडर के बेसिस पे आपके अगेंस्ट discrimination किया गया है, भेदभाव किया गया? Has it ever happened to you? Then that becomes, is that a problem? कभी it is not that only women face it. Women will think that because I am a woman, I am being discriminated against. Sometimes even males feel कि because there is a female here with me, so the female is giving precedence, just like they say ladies first. तो ladies को पहले दे दिया. Why ladies first always? The males might say. So the discrimination based on gender is also there. In case your peer is doing something wrong, peer means your fellows, the people you are working with at your same level. In case your peer is doing something wrong, would you consider blowing the whistle on him or her? For example, let me give a small example over here. That in case, for example, if you're writing a paper, writing an exam, and you find the person sitting beside you is cheating, and the invigilator or the teacher in charge has not noticed that the person is cheating, or the assignment to be submitted, the project work to be submitted by you was done in a very sincere manner, the best possible way that you could have thought, but your friend just copied from somebody else, maybe from the internet, maybe from somebody else, some other senior person's notebooks. So would you consider blowing the whistle on him or her? Blowing the whistle means telling on him or her, just telling others about her. Would you do that? Or would you say, for the sake of friendship, keep quiet, let it go? Do you agree or disagree with the view that politicking is the best policy to move up in your organization? If you want to move up in an organization, will you take the help of politicking? Will you join hands with the wrong kind of people and just to have one step forward? Will you be insincere to your friends, to your peers, so that you move up the organization ladder? So these are some questions that are important that one must ponder over, think deeply into them. How will you solve these problems, these issues or these conflicts? If you are faced with these problems, अगर कभी ये problems आते हैं, तो कैसे आप solve करोगे? कैसे इन issues को solve करोगे? कैसे resolve करोगे? The ones that I mentioned. What must one do? One must develop the problem-solving skills. There are certain skills. Just as there are leadership skills, there are also problem-solving skills. Problem-solving is a key skill, and it's one that can make a huge difference to one's career. तो लीडर जो है उसको प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करना भी आना चाहिए. लीडर हूँ मैं, मुझे फॉलो करो, मुझे आपको बोलना आता है, मुझे अच्छा स्पीच देना आता है, मैं जब खड़ा हो जाता हूँ तो लोग मुझे देखते रह जाते हैं बिकॉज ऑफ माई क्लोथ्स, बिकॉज ऑफ माई सिक्स पैक एप, बिकॉज आई लुक इंटिमिडेटिंग. नो, प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग ऑल्सो इज अ की स्किल, बहुत ही मेन है. इट्स वन दैट कैन मेक अ ह्यूज डिफरेंस टू वंस करियर. अगर आप प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व करने में माहिर हो तो आपके करियर में बहुत बड़ा योगदान होगा. एट वर्क, problems are at the center of what many people do every day. One is either solving a problem for someone, supporting those who are solving problems, or discovering new problems to solve. तो कभी कभी आप देखेंगे वर्क प्लेस में या तो किसी और का प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहा है कोई, या जो प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व कर रहा है उसको सपोर्ट दिया जा रहा है, या अलग अलग ये प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो गया, चल दूसरा ढूंढते हैं, उसको भी सॉल्व करेंगे जाकर. The problems one faces can be large or small, simple or complex, and easy or difficult to resolve. Sometimes problems can be of varying natures, varying intensity, varying sizes, small, big, simple, complex, easy, difficult. Regardless of the nature of the problems, a fundamental part of every manager's role is finding ways to solve them. So whatever be the nature of the problem, if the problem is small or big or intricate or difficult, whatever be the nature, a manager, a leader must have ways and should be able to find ways to solve them. If there is a problem, remember, just like every lock has a key, so every problem has a solution. So remember this always, students. जैसे हर लॉक का चाबी बन जाता है, लॉक बनता है तो उसकी चाबी के साथ बनेगा, तो प्रॉब्लम अगर है तो उसकी सॉल्यूशन के साथ होगा. Where does the trick lie? To find it. How do you find the trick? The means to solve it. That is the necessity. That is skill. It depends on how one handles it. There are 5 steps of solving problems. Easy steps. First is define the problem. See what the problem is. Collect data necessary. Define the possible causal factors. What caused the problems? Define the root cause. What is the root cause? The main thing that created the problem. And then recommend and implement solutions. So these are 5 easy steps. First, define. See what the problem is. Problem actually है क्या? Problem आपको पेट में दर्द हो रहा है, वो प्रॉब्लम है. कि पेट में दर्द हुआ क्यों, उसका तो देखो, डेटा कलेक्ट करो, कब होता है, क्यों होता है, causal factors को देखो, root cause को देखो, recommend and implement the solutions, and then one has to recommend and implement the solutions. The first step is define. How do you define the problem? Define कैसे करेंगे problem को? What do you see happening? The key to a good problem definition is ensuring that you deal with the real problem, not its symptoms. Problem actually देखो, symptom नहीं. For example, if you go to a doctor and tell him that I have a headache or I have a stomach ache, doctor will not give you medicine for that. Doctor will ask you what caused the problem, कब हुआ दर्द, क्यों हुआ, कब होता है, and all these things. He'll first want to define the problem. Step 2, what proof do you have that the problem exists? Collect data. तथ्य कलेक्ट करो, डेटा कलेक्ट करो. क्या प्रूफ है कि प्रॉब्लम है? हाउ लॉन्ग हैज द प्रॉब्लम एग्जिस्टेड? कब से है? व्हाट इज द इम्पैक्ट ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम? इम्पैक्ट क्या, उसका नतीजा क्या हो रहा है? At this stage, it's also important to ensure that you look at the issue from all possible perspectives, दृष्टिकोण से, हर व्यू से. If you commit yourself too early, you can end up with a problem statement that's actually a solution instead. For example, consider this problem statement. We have to find a way of disciplining people who do substandard work. अगर ये statement है, we have to find a way of disciplining people who do substandard work. This doesn't allow you the opportunity of discovering the real reasons for underperformance. Then what is the way out? If you just say that discipline करना है मुझे, जो भी substandard काम करे, उनको discipline करना है, so इससे क्यों हो रहा है, you will never come to know. In the step 3, identify the possible causal factors. What sequence of events leads to the problem? किन कारणों से 1, 2, 3, 4 कहां से चला? What conditions allow the problem to occur? किन conditions में problem पनप रहा है, बढ़ रहा है? What other problems surround the occurrence of the central problem? जो central problem है, वो आजू-बाजू के surrounding कौन से cause से मिलकर और बढ़ जाता है? That is also important. There's another interesting way of problem solving. This is called the 5 wives and 1 husband technique. How? Who, what, where, how, when, why. So who, what, where, when, why, the 5 W's. So who did it? What did it do? Where did it happen? When was this? Why? And how, kaise, with H. So 5 wives and 1 husband. So if you remember this, then also you can have a good way to solve a problem. If you're faced with a problem, then apply this principle. Who, what, where, when, why, and how. The 5 whys is a simple problem solving technique that helps you to get to the root cause of a problem quickly. Then immediately you can get to the root cause of the problem. It involves looking at any problem and asking why and what caused the problem. The benefits of the 5 whys include, it helps you to quickly determine the root cause of a problem. It's simple and easy to learn and apply. Example of using 5 whys technique. Problem is your client. Consider this problem. You have a client called Airtel, and the Airtel company is unhappy. Using the 5 whys, let's go through the following steps to get to the cause of the problem. We'll apply the 5 whys technique here and see what is the cause. Why is our client Airtel unhappy? Because we didn't deliver our services when we said we would. हमने कहा था services देंगे तो नहीं दे पाए तो Airtel unhappy हुआ. ये why हुआ क्यों? Why were we unable to meet the agreed upon timeline or schedule for delivery? Because the job took much longer than we thought it would. The time taken for the job to be completed was longer. Why did it take long? Because we underestimated the complexity of the job. Job complex है, हमने underestimate कर लिया और समय जितना बोला था उससे ज़्यादा लग गया. Why did we underestimate the complexity? Because we made a quick estimate of the time needed to complete it and didn't list the individual stages needed to complete the project. Because we thought we made a quick estimate, we did not give it a well thought thing. If you are given a project, you must always ensure that there's enough time to deliver. अगर आप बोले तो लोगों को खुश करने के लिए, इम्प्रेस करने के लिए, मैं बस 2 दिन में देता हूँ, लेकिन 2 दिन कम पड़ गए क्योंकि जब आप एक्चुअल काम करने बैठे तो आपको दिखा कि बहुत सारे फैक्टर्स थे जिनको आपने नजरअंदाज कर दिया था पहले, तो वो फैक्टर्स को आपने नहीं लिया था सोचने में, फैक्टरिंग नहीं किया था वो चीजों को, तो प्रॉब्लम्स बढ़ गए. Why didn't we do this job? Because we were running behind on other specifications. The step 4, identify the root causes. Why does the causal factor exist? What is the real reason the problem occurred? Use the same tools you use to identify the causal factors in step 3 to look at the roots of each factor. These tools are designed to encourage you to dig deeper at each level of cause and effect. So if you keep on looking at, trying to identify the root cause, you will be able to identify and get through to the actual root, the crux of the matter, the crux of the problem. The root cause analysis, which is called the RCA in short, is a popular and often used technique that helps people answer the questions of why the problem occurred in the first place. So to get to the root cause, you have to, as I explained earlier, the 5 whys and the 1 husband technique, why, what, when, where, how, get to the root cause, analyze करो और फिर root cause तक पहुंच जाएंगे जल्दी से कि क्यों हुआ. Root cause analysis is seeks to identify the origin of a problem. It uses a specific set of steps with associated tools to find the primary cause of the problem so that you can determine what happened, why it happened, what to do to reduce the likelihood that will happen again. So problem recur nahi hona chahiye. It should not come back, it should not recur. So you have to take the possible steps to stop that from happening. What are the three basic causes? Physical causes, human causes, and organizational causes. Physical causes are tangible material items failed in some way. That is, a printer stopped from working, so physical cause ho gaya. Human cause, people did something wrong, did not do something that was needed. Human causes typically lead to physical causes. So human cause agar hoga, so because nobody cleaned the printer, head of the printer clean nahi hua, तो printer ne kaam karna band kar diya, ban gaya jaake physical cause. Organizational cause, a system, process, or policy that people use to make decisions or do their work is faulty. For example, no one person was responsible for the printer's maintenance, and everyone assumed someone else had cleaned the head. What happened? काम क्यों डिलीवर नहीं हो पाया? क्योंकि प्रिंटर ने काम नहीं किया, प्रिंटर काम करना बंद कर दिया. प्रिंटर काम क्यों करना बंद कर दिया? क्योंकि उसके हेड को क्लीन नहीं किया गया था. हेड क्लीन क्यों नहीं हुआ? क्योंकि कोई व्यक्ति डेजिग्नेटेड नहीं था कि उस हेड को क्लीन करे. तो हर व्यक्ति ने सोचा कि किसी और ने कर लिया, लेकिन किसी ने किया ही नहीं था. तो ये जो ऑर्गेनाइजेशन में इसको ढूंढना पड़ेगा कॉज को, दैट एवरीबडी शुड बी असाइन्ड अ ड्यूटी सो दैट इट डजंट लीड टू द अदर फेलियर्स. Step 5, recommend and implement solutions. You have to recommend solutions. Problems को solve करने के लिए solutions बताओ, recommend करो. Recommend भी करो and then उसको implement करो, लागू करो. What can you do to prevent the problem from happening again? How will the solution be implemented? Who will be responsible for it? And what are the risks of implementing the solution? Sometimes implementing a solution also might be risky. It might be risky in the sense that there is no well thought out method to understand कि जो हमने solution को बताया, implement किया, वो काम करेगा ही नहीं. We do not know that. So sometimes it is risky also. Sometimes implementing a particular solution might be risky but necessary. When faced with a problem, assume that there is an answer out there. It just needs to be found. Like I said, every problem has a solution. Every lock has a key. So problem आया, understand, assume that there has to be a solution, that there is an answer, we just need to find it. Worrying gets you nowhere. Worrying, what will get you? Nothing. Working towards the answer will get you everywhere. So rather than sitting and worrying about it, work towards it. Work for the possible ways and means. Know that you can control your attitude and thoughts about any given situation. Leaders control their attitude and focus on results. So how do leaders come in here? If you want to become a leader and you are faced with a problem, then you just don't sit and worry about it. Rather, you understand that because there's a problem, there is an answer to this, there is a solution to this. So leaders control the attitude. Gussa bhi aa raha hoga, but no, you have to control yourself. You cannot give in to your anger. You cannot give in to your thoughtless words. You cannot. If you want others to work for you, then you have to create an environment where even the person who is responsible for causing the problem is made to work. Usko kaam karne ko lagao. The person who does not want to work. And there are possibilities that you cannot sack a person. You cannot replace the person. वही person है, काम वही पे करना है, तो कैसे किया जाए? So focus on what other means you have to make the person work. So happy problem solving. So if you have heard me through this, you will know that we have talked about how and what makes a leader, what are the leadership qualities, and how in the face of a problem, what are the techniques one must go through to solve a problem properly, effectively, so that a person is acclaimed a leader. A person becomes a leader and a person stays so. So that is all from my side today. Thank you for a patient listening. And if you have any questions, I'll be happy to take them.
There are no questions. Yes.
Please go ahead.
Yeah, are there any questions for the participant to ask? They can unmute and ask. Okay. Shall I continue, Usha ma'am?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So thank you very much, ma'am, for your valuable guidance. Your long-term experience and delegation in enlightening presentation would definitely add an important dimension to what is potentially a very important discussion of leadership qualities in today's scenario. Thank you once again, ma'am. I, Dr. Meenakshi Vasnik, deem a great honor and privilege to propose the formal vote of thanks. At the very outset, I take this prestigious opportunity to express my deep sense of gratitude to the organizer of this program, Dr. Pranati Chakravarti Madam, Dr. Urmila Dabir, Dr. Usha Sakure, Dr. Shraddha Nirkumar, and Dr. Anjum for organizing this online personality development course to the students. I extend my profound thanks to the coordinators of the program, Dr. Madhvi Mohril, Dr. Sujata Chakravarti, and Dr. Deepti Thakre for their constant support and motivation. My profound thanks to today's resource person, Dr. Sujata Chakravarti Madam, for accepting our invitation and lending your valuable time to enlighten our online participants with your insightful and diverse presentation. Last, I extend my sincere thanks to our dear participants for your overwhelming response to register and attend this course under Imprint. Tomorrow, we would meet at the same time with another resourceful speaker, Dr. Renuka Roy, who would be delivering her presentation on the very crucial topic, verbal communication skills. So, meet you tomorrow. Till then, goodbye and have a good day. Thank you very much, madam. Thank you.
Thank you, Sujata.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.